variation of heads, or what did you call it? Let's have a look at it first. I think it is the variation of appropriation. Yes. And then there's a fourth one, which is a new supplementation of the amount to the tune of some 16 million. So when you put all together, there is a new asking of 16 million. Now, the one that we got caught up with is the variation. So our understanding about the variation is that you are actually moving provisions from one head to the other. The effect of it is that some heads that got reduced, others got supplemented from their original appropriated amount. So when we look through this, that some clarity ought to be obtained from you because of the restrictions in Section 53 of the Public Finance Management Act. On that part that deals with variation of appropriation. I think it is Division 3, commencing from Section 52 onwards, I think, or 53. And it defines what are the actions that will give rise to a variation of an appropriation, which is wirement. And the meaning of wirement, where you actually wired from within a head or from a subhead to another subhead from within a head. And just for some of us that have some memory of the previous regulations and laws that apply in the actual operation of the Appropriation Act, we thought that was what is intended in that particular provision. But you cannot wire from a head to another head, because it has the effect of reducing the other, not supplementing in a supplementary bill. So you're actually supplementing another, but you're reducing the other head. So what it says in the law, you cannot find in the Constitution that you can actually reduce the appropriation. You can only supplement. 1 or 2 of the Constitution is very clear on that, even the PFMA. So it's the makeup of this budget that we are, or the document that is now being Parliament, this bill called the supplementary. So what is your understanding? I mean, if you are the one taking control of the leadership of the making up of this bill, what's the legal position and the rationales behind this? Did you see the effect of it in that way, or is there any other view that you may hold that you think it is lawfully correct to do it in that way? Can I put that to you?
Yeah.
And then you explain to us, because we haven't actually started this, just an informal session, so that we can get this clear. And we want to be clear in our mind about it also.
Okay.
We have some members of the team here. Or let me introduce the members of the team first. I'm sorry about that, but I thought that I will do that before we... Huh? It's an informal one, so you can actually see these faces, and then you can relate to your own self, where you may have cited their face or something like that, and then some memory will come out from. We have former Premier of Western Province here, who is also exposed to the same treatment of what is being appropriated in the provincial accounts. The general rule is that you cannot wire from one head to another head. You can actually do virement within a head. Yeah. So, and that's what we thought the meaning of what is in Division 3 of the PFMA.
So,
yes, please. Please.
okay, thank you, Chairman. So I think you raise an important point for clarification before we proceed. So, you're right. The third proposal that comes for the supplementary is the additional pressures for supplementary expenditures, which is around 93,395,518. And that is made up of the 77,395,518 that is comes under proposed variation from existing appropriation within different heads. And the other one is 16 million, as you mentioned. It's a new funding for appropriation to cater for the additional pressure of 93 million, as I mentioned earlier on. So you're exactly right, Mr. Chairman, in terms of the definition and interpretation of variation within head is provided for under the PFM Act. That can be done for the same purpose within the ministry, but for different head and different purpose, that cannot be done as prescribed under the PFM Act, but can only be done through appropriation of Parliament that can do the variation. So that is why the proposal comes before the supplementation under this bill. But maybe AG can also, possible for budget department can provide additional clarification on that interpretation.
Thank you, PS. And that is exactly the point of concern that we are raising with you. And that is that it has the effect of reducing another head. So why do you call it a supplementation? Yes, Accountant General.
Thank you,
Supplementation.
Honorable Chairman. First, just in relation to the environment, yes, I think you agree on that it is intended for variations within an expenditure head. And the Act provides for that under the relevant section. Now, our reading, and as far as I understand, we have been interpreting the Act. The supplementary element of the appropriation is at the head level. Any additional appropriation to what has already been appropriated by Parliament in the annual budget will require a supplement appropriation. And I think that stands as far as supplementary appropriation in this aspect is concerned. Now, your point on the powers of the minister or cabinet or parliament to hold back on other. So I guess the supplementary element is at the head level only. And I guess your standpoint is coming from the aggregate level where you could extend that interpretation to mean the government is an entity in itself. So there is a offsetting in total, which is technically like environment at the head level. But I think as far as we understand, and the practice has always been, the supplementary element is always at the head level. The prerogative to withhold appropriations or the offsetting, I guess that's something for further debate, perhaps. But as you would have known, Honorable Chairman, we have done that effectively through the provision of the reservations that the Minister has powers on. And that could be done, perhaps, if need be, but I guess I defer to the legal opinion on this, if necessary, to go about it that way. But I suppose from the ministry point of view and from the fiscal policy standpoint, the issue of financial exigencies is paramount here. So the minister and the ministry will go to all extent to examine what authorities it has